So parse throwable is as simple as that, the usages. So that's what I'm going to use to parse even here, the parse throwable. So let's use this because I have the chatroom API now available. I can always create an interactor for the chat room. I think what is that I have used here? Use cases. I have a chat room interactor. Right? I'm gonna create a chat room interactor. And that anyway needs Rx Swift and Rx Relay. I'm gonna call it chat room interactor. Does not conform to anything. It's going to be public final chatroom interactor. It's going to have an init which is going to accept this chatroom service which I created through the protocol which I defined, chatroom. So we need to import the service part. Service import, what is the service name? Let's connect service, and it's going to give me now the chatroom API. Now I can keep a reference of it right now. Chatroom service. So that's my chatroom service. Let's do this. So I have the chatroom service. I'm going to create an extension to add the required functions, chatroom interactor, public extension to create some functions, and I'm going to call it as first function is create chatroom. And we are already fetching the chat rooms using the chat rooms interactor which we created in the last episode. Chat rooms, using chat rooms, using chatroom. So models needs to be imported, and this is going to return a single of, maybe it's void is enough because we don't need to send back anything to the client side. Once created, it's available somewhere. That's enough. And we are going to store it once we have that notification sent through the WebSocket. That's when we are going to store it, or even we can add it through notification. Without notification, we can even notify using this and then send a notification that creation happened or something. But then I can show you how you can use the WebSocket to actually sync everything, sync that new created token. So this one is going to return single, return, we already have the self dot chatroom service dot create. I'm just going to pass chatroom and maybe map it currently because I don't need the chat room to be sent back. I'm gonna just map it to underscore in empty so that I can say as single or something. Oh, it's already a single, so I can just say this. So it's not going to give me an error, but I'm gonna replace this code with something else later. This is what my current code is, where I'm transforming the create response to an empty response. This is already carrying the chat room. Maybe if you want to see that chat room in return empty, we can say print chat room created equals, it's going to print that chat room created over here. So that's my chat room creation function. So whatever we need to now do is to start integrating this, because our the client requesting to the server needs to happen. This is now the interactor part, but then this needs to be consumed by the module which needs to do this creation part, which is actually the chat room screen, where if you see we already have a button added. If you go to the button, is added through this. Create Chatroom button is there, but it's not doing anything right now. We need to create a tap event out of it. So let's do that. Chatroom. So what needs to be done for that? Let's see. So all that we need to do is to create a create tap event out of it. So go to the presenter of this presentation. We need to create on create tap, which is going to be a simple driver call from the button. So this is what we are going to integrate. It's going to give me an error. Go to this one and say on create tab. Already have the button self dot create button dot rx dot tap as driver. I convert that into a driver. That's enough. So now this will be available in my presenter. So all that I need to do is, first thing, let me include the create chatroom function needed. So create chatroom is going to use a model underscore chatroom and then return a single void. So that is what we need to chatroom. That's what we need to be included over here. We don't have the chatroom. Okay, so go to the factory. Let's include the chatroom interactor. We don't have it there yet. Public static let chatroom interactor it's accepting chatroom service, which we have not added it yet. Let's add even that. Private static let chatroom service equal to chatroom service dot shared. Include that chatroom service. That's enough. Chatroom interactor is ready. Now we can pass this, where we can ask for, similar to chatroom's interactor, we can ask for chatroom interactor. That should also compile fine. And then we can say create chatroom as a function to be passed, which is available in this chatroom interactor. It uses a chatroom to create. That's enough. It should compile fine now. Now we can use this function within our process. So self dot we need to listen to the tap event. On create tab we can always map. We can because it is a function, because it is going to return a single, we need to do a flat map. So flat map intern, why is it giving? So flat map, we need to have a model created to use for this flat map. So this is not the place. Okay, I totally got it wrong. This is not the place. We need to actually create a new module. This is not the place where I need create chatroom. I'm gonna remove that. I actually need it in a new module. Instead I added it over here. I need to create a new module for this. I'm gonna get rid of all these code right now. Target, create chatroom, include, compile. It should compile fine. And now I'm gonna move it to somewhere over here. Now this looks perfect. It's giving that proper error. I'm gonna change this to 13. Build settings. Let's connect modules. Work fine. Now I'm gonna add the view controller again. Time wasted a little bit. Create Chatroom view controller. That's it. I'll get rid of whatever is not needed. And I'm going to add where did I add it? Okay, again mistake. Should be fine. It would have moved right now. Let's just verify it once. Compile sources. Okay, it's there, so that's fine. Create chatroom. I'm gonna create a storyboard right now. Create chatroom. Done. And then let's add a UI view controller. Done. Create chatroom, view controller, identify and add it. Now I have a template which I'm going to drag and drop, which is in my desktop VIPER modules. I'm going to grab this one, then keep it within this one. Modules, chatroom, create chatroom. 3 of them: router, presenter, and the builder. I'm going to add it to this section. Create chatroom. Let's go verify it once whether it's added. Compile sources is showing router, builder. Okay, that's fine. Now it's going to give me some errors. I have the builder which does not have create chatroom, so I'm just going to point to that, create chatroom, and this is going to be create chatroom, and storyboard is create chatroom. This is fine. Now it should be fine. Presenter now needs all that extra logic, so I'm going to grab it from another module. I'm going to say this is needed. Also, we need one more thing where during view did load we do this, so it's going to be empty right now because we don't have anything as yet. Should be fine. Now it should not give me any errors. So every dependency is added right now. Router has submodules, view controller it is accepting. So builder is right now ready. It can be consumed right now. And now I need this module to be built to an extent before I can use it. So let's do that. I'm gonna maybe I don't want to spend too much time creating that layout because we know it's a simple layout. I'm gonna grab something. I'm gonna grab the whole thing. The view, is that even possible? I can just replace the view. I'm gonna replace this. Yes, it works like this. So this is my view which has lots of things. It has a table view where I'm going to show all the participants. It also has a table views cell which I added to represent the participants. Then I have a text view where I'm going to show the subject part, and then I have a enter chat room section, and then this is the avatar name section. All of that is available. All that I need to do now is, even it's pretty much available. I guess it does not come with any of the references. It does not. So outlets we need to anyway connect right now. Even that I can just grab all the outlets needed. Like I'm just gonna grab everything and then we can wire it. Outlets. This is saving a lot of time of implementation. And yeah, let's connect the outlets right now. Could be an indexing problem as well. No, it's not. Okay, it's an indexing problem, so it's resolved. Now we need to add all the outlets. That's my is not available. view group avatar, like a double. Okay, that's fine. Chatroom name, that's going to be create button avatar. Did I miss something? Text field, title text field, yeah. Then I have the subject text view, that's also connected. Then I have a table view, I'm gonna connect even that. And there is button over here, there is a hidden small button over here, it's not visible here. I'm going to include that as well. Create button. That's it. So that's compiling fine. Every outlet we have integrated right now. All that we now need to do is start preparing this for creating a new request. So some of the things which need to happen right now is we need to bind some of the text fields and everything. So for create chatroom, we need to add some dependencies. First is the model. Models is needed. We might need utility and use cases. I think 3 is enough. And then link the libraries, which is more or less Rx, Swift, and Relay, Cocoa as well. Rx, Cocoa, Relay, and Swift. These 3 are enough. Should be fine. Let's go back. Now I need outlets in the presentation. For input, what all are going to be the inputs? So if you see the user interface, some of the things which are mandatory, I'm going to create inputs. So we are going to create the chat room using the name and the subject. Those two are the only 2 things which are needed in this one. So I'm going to create within this. First thing is chat room name as a driver. So we need to import Rx, Cocoa as well as Swift. Driver of string and chat room subject. These are the 2 things which are required to create a chat room right now. So I'm just passing these 2. It's going to give me an error, which let's fix that. I'm going to pass self dot chat room name. It's going to be self dot title label, title text label, text field dot Rx dot text as or empty. Can accept empty as well as driver. I'm just going to translating that into a chat room label. And then chat room subject, self dot subject text view dot Rx dot text dot or empty as driver. Similar 2 things. But then I'm gonna make one more change where if you see, I'm not able to set any placeholder for the subject text view. So for that, I'm gonna modify this whole code and include a binding. So I'm gonna create a couple of functions for binding and setting up UI. Create chatroom view controller, going to be a private extension. Like regular case, we have these functions. Function setup binding does not accept anything, and there is one more function called setup UI. Again, 2 functions. We just need to call it along with this setup UI and setup binding. 2 functions. Plus now let's set up the UI. Like I said, the subject right now does not have any placeholders. For that, we can fix it in a way like I can actually combine this to let's say you tap on that text field. Maybe once we have this running, I can show you better. So let's create, this is already created, it's going to show all those fields. All that we now need to do is to capture this as a module from the router. So we need to have a module here. Let's call that as within chat rooms, create chat room module, create chat room module, which is going to maybe accept right now I just need a UI view controller. So I can just pass this over here. So create chatroom module. As such, for me, builder is having functions to actually dismiss. So we might need because it's going to be presented and then you need to maybe dismiss it. So I'm going to pass a couple of things. One is on dismiss. What should happen? I don't think I need to pass any, because the chat room is not going to be worried about after creation. I'm not worried about actually getting anything back from it. So I'm just going to include a dismiss, which I'm going to pass to the router. That's how it works, I guess. To the dismiss is going to the router. Or did I even not use it? Okay, I don't need this anymore because I can just dismiss it without worrying about what I need. So I'm just gonna use this as is. So I'm just gonna say that was an earlier implementation, I guess. I don't need that anymore. So I'm just going to say chat room, create chat room module, create chat room module equals create. I think I need to import this then to chat rooms first thing before I can use it. Chat rooms, import, create chat room. That's enough. And then I can just say import, create chat room, and then create chat room dot builder dot build. That's enough. Pass this chat room. That's perfect. Now this module is available within this chat rooms module. So I can just say within my router of the chat rooms, I can just say route to create chat room. I guess that's a name I have given. Route to create. Okay, fine. Function route to create. We're not passing anything. They just create routes to the creation screen. That's it. I don't need any value back from it. So that's the reason it's just route to create. And then I can just use let create view equal to submodules dot create chat room, and I can say self dot view controller dot present this create view animated true completion. I don't need anything as yet, so I'm just saying show it. And within the presenter, I already have the tab defined. I had defined it in the last bit where I was doing something wrong there. Then right now let me make it right. Import on create tab dot map. I don't need any value. All that I need to do is on map, I'm just going to call the router and say route to create. Then route to create, then maybe I need as it's already a driver, so I can just drive it, dispose by back. That's enough. So this is going to launch the create screen right now. should be fine. Let's see. Should launch a create screen. So launched, tap. That's my create screen. So I need some more icons and all, and then it also needs this button. But then you can see in this subject field there is no what do you call it as the placeholder. So I'm going to add a placeholder using a trick and then use that, and then we will settle with adding this tap event, in which creates your chat room and then just dismisses it. Then over on top of that, I'm going to include some status view where it's going to neatly show you if there is an error, or if it is successful. It's going to show a nice looking view, and you can either retry if it is an error or end it. So that's coming up soon. I'm gonna take a small break right now and then come back. Like, we just need to start wiring these things in the next episode. I'm coming back soon.